Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I'm your host, CheChe, and I have an amazing guest with me today, Antonio of Tonio Time Daily Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm going to be my unconventional self, so we're going to have fun.
Please do. I'm so excited to have you here, and thank you for your time.
Oh, and thank you. I'm going to be a blessing on purpose.
That's right. Exactly. Antonio, when I start my podcast episodes, I always play my singing bowl here that my friends gifted it to me. So I'm going to play the sound bowl and let's go for 4 deep breaths just to, recalibrate the mind and get some oxygen flowing through our body. Okay. So we inhale through the nose. All right, and let's take a sip of water, a sip of gratitude. What you got to drink, Antonio?
My apple and Eve orange juice from the refrigerator.
Let's go. Cheers, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Already, like I said, I have Antonio here with me from Tonio Time Daily. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Antonio, thank you again for being here. Tell us who Antonio is. Let us know.
Well, autism is my super blessing.
Let's go.
I have done 2 commencement speeches, layperson's terms, it's graduation speeches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a world traveler. I've traveled to multiple European nations.
Yeah.
I'm a high school valedictorian, and
Mm,
I'm a designated disability services provider,
nice.
and I'm a servant leader, and I have boundless optimism.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like this new concept I learned called social entrepreneurship. So that's who I am.
I love it. I love it. So you did say autism is your super blessing. Would you mind
Hmm.
elaborating more on that, please?
Sure, I have a 3D brain.
Okay.
And it really keeps me from being a non-judgmental person
Mm-hmm.
because I think outside the box and I choose not to be the box. That's why I won't be in the box.
Right. Do you have an example of that? What you mean by that?
Well, you have some people who will look at a person and think, oh, because they're in a wheelchair, they're disabled. I say, no, they just have abilities you don't have.
Come through. They have abilities you don't have. Exactly, because they can't have experiences that you have.
Right. They just have, there's a diversity of gifts and capabilities. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have people who are introvert. We live in an extroverted world. Like if you're introvert, they go, oh my God, how could you recharge your batteries by yourself? But
Uh-huh.
introverts have the deepest, enriching inner life than extroverts.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, because there's just a lot of escapism, like
Mm-hmm.
there
Yeah.
more opportunity for escapism just to get lost in other people's world instead of facing yourself, right? And sitting in it,
Right.
like sitting with
Yeah.
your thoughts and facing yourself. I think and that was actually a highlight for me during Corona, during the lockdown,
Me
just
too.
right.
Yes.
Even though it was rough, it was a lot of tears, but it was still enriching.
Yeah, this is the most growth I've ever experienced in my life. So COVID is not completely bad.
No,
And
not at all.
some people go, but all this death hospitalization. Okay, look at the businesses started right now.
Yes.
Look at the books being written and published right now.
Mm-hmm.
During the worst times, the most beauty emerges.
Yes, absolutely. In the darkness comes the light. There's so many analogies and sayings that go with that whole, opposition, like where the darkness there, you got to have the darkness to appreciate the light. You got to enjoy your alone time and enjoy yourself first so that you can understand how you should be enjoyed by others. so that other people
Right.
respect you and appreciate you.
And that's why I live a life of oneness and wholeness. To me, they're the same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're a person. I'm a person. You have entitlements. Me too. I honor them
Hmm.
in me, and I honor them in you. You honor them
Hmm.
in yourself. You honor them in me, and we do that to other people. We're
Yes.
we're versions and expressions of each other.
And mirrors at times too.
Right, right.
Sometimes people just come into our life just to show us to ourselves, just to trigger us just enough to change.
Yes, it's a healthy challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Healthy challenge. I like that.
Thank you. Because some
Mm.
people look at challenges as, oh, this is so brutal. I hate this shit. This is
Mm-hmm.
fucked up. Ah. Now I'm more like, I can't wait to be a more mature me. Bring it
Yeah.
on.
Bring
Yay.
it on. Come on, character. What you got?
Yes.
What you got? Okay, because I'm ready. And that's the pep talk you're gonna give yourself. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh my gosh, I'm dreading this. I hate this. Like, why do we tend to speak so negatively over things that we gotta do? Circumstances we have to endure.
Um, Ingrained, trained self hatred.
Come through.
Yeah,
Can we
because
sip
if
to that one?
Yes, with my apple leaf orange juice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Toast. Because we're taught comfort addiction. Oh my God, it's real.
Comfort addiction. That's the first time I heard that one.
Yes, it helped me to heal because I was like, why are people so into this feel good? And then I typed in like comfort. I said, oh shit, you can actually be an addict to this sense of this hunky dory lying imagery all the time,
Mm-hmm.
especially in black families. Oh yes, we're taught, hey, do not look bad, especially in front of white folks.
Oh, okay. Don't embarrass me in front of these white folks.
Right. And then say, hey, abuse in the family. Don't ever say that. No, that's gonna make us look worse and whitey's eyes than ever before. And I just like, but you're telling me not to be whole. How can I love my
Wow.
blackness if I can't enjoy my wholeness first?
Right, right.
That I don't think my ancestors would appreciate that.
I don't think they would like that. I don't at all like giving more honor to other people's feelings and thoughts and opinions of us rather than just being, right?
Right. And that's why wholeness is better than comfort. You could be wholeness. You could be whole and uncomfortable. You could be
Mm,
whole and imperfect. Because I've learned that there's also this ambition addiction too in our society. That's
yeah.
where the greed comes from. Okay, I'm gonna make
Mm-hmm.
sure I'm the 1%. You poor people, I'm just war against you.
Yeah. Comfort addiction. I'm still stuck on that one.
I'm glad I can
True.
bless you with the enlightenment.
You did, yes, because that is so true. Like just getting lost in the complacency, being okay with the plateau. Like yes, you need time, space, and grace. And
Right.
you do need the time to learn things. You do need grace for when you mess up and stuff. You do need room and space to grow into it. But at some point, there needs to be a level up. At some point, there needs to be a shift in the perspective and how you see
Right.
things.
Right, because it contradiction means sacrificing even loved ones for the
Mm,
for toxic people.
mm,
That's why covering up trauma happens a lot in our community.
yeah.
Wow, sacrifice children. I know
Hmm.
you did this to the kid, but I'll still have you over at Thanksgiving or the reunion.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that is so true. You hit
Right.
it. You hit
And
it. And sorry, go ahead.
and it's also within those addictions, I see approval addiction too. But I
What addiction?
want this
Oh,
approval.
approval.
Yeah, approval
Approval
addiction.
addiction.
It's when I know that this person is stealing from me on my property, but I don't want to kick them out because like me,
Mm.
like me, like me.
Oh, the people pleasing energy. I'd rather be liked and
Yes,
respected.
right. And you know that wow. just the concept is just it makes me speechless. And it's like, but people pleasing is hypocritical. You want everybody to please you, but you.
But
That's all
you.
I call laziness on that one.
You're literally trying to keep the peace with everybody else, but you're starting a war within yourself.
Right. How does that duality work?
How? Like you're intentionally not choosing peace. You're
Woo.
you're intentionally not
Yes.
choosing peace. Like I would much rather be stressed out and accepted than saying how I really feel, doing what I really feel, and not caring who approves it or not.
Right. Because if you're not at peace with yourself, you're not at peace at all, even if you think you had peace with other people. I say
Hmm.
sarcastic
Come on, air
connotation.
quotes. If you're watching on YouTube, Tonio just hit the air quotes on them.
Dropping some science.
Come on, come through with the gems and messages. Did you ever have an experience with like people pleasing and where you just got to a point of like enough is enough, or have you always been like,
Oh my
I'm walking my
god.
path now? Because
What?
you're a Virgo, right?
Yeah.
Let's go,
We're
Virgo.
birthday twins.
We are. Can we gotta toast to that? What are the odds?
Yes.
What are the odds? Oh, you're my first
Woo.
Virgo man.
Oh, tears and toast to that too.
Cheers and
Okay.
toast to that.
I'm making history and it's positive.
Hey.
Woo!
So September 16th, birthday
93.
twins.
Yes.
Yes. What did I just ask you? Oh, yes, the people pleasing experience. Did you ever have that?
I hate it. I really fucking dreaded it. I
What
mean,
happened?
um, just I had to deconvert from religion. I
Mm,
did,
yeah.
cause yeah, cause this sense of they tried to make me this evangelical pastor type, and I'm like, but I'm not that. I'm
Yeah.
not traditional at all. And plus,
Yeah.
the way, because I'm a child abuse victim, the way they treat abuse survivors and
Yeah.
people with autism like me, I'm like, but you don't preach about my pain, but you're in the pulpit. I was in the pews, and
Hmm.
you talk about how much the gay agenda bullshit. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear
Hmm.
about real shit.
Yes, I want to hear about what's going on right now. Like, yes, I know these are
Right.
stories that happened or whatever. However, life is happening right now. Stop going
Thank
back to what
you.
happened in the past. Like, what do you feel right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Right. And the specific story to fully directly answer your question, I tried. They wanted me to preach. I did it one time, and I said I can't do this. This is
Yeah.
torture. I have to condemn people to hell, and I don't want to do that. I'm
Yes.
heaven on earth.
And
Damn
it's
it.
with the intention too. It's with the intention to shame and to guilt and to make people feel singled out and shunned. Like, how can that be right? How can that be godly?
Thank you. And that's why I decided that love has no religion. Love has no faith.
Yes. Samesies.
uh,
Samesies. Just love and do right. Like, how hard is that?
Do I need a Bible to do that?
I,
Nope,
I
it's
don't.
within.
Now, it's in the heart. Exactly. Like, people know what's right. I say all the time, we ask because we know. You want to
Right.
be justified in doing something wrong or half-assed, or you know what I'm saying? Just do
Mm-hmm.
that. You don't need my permission. You ask because you know what the right thing is. You know what the answer is. You just want somebody to go along with what you think you want to do. What's comfortable. The comfort addiction. Tell me what I want to
Right.
hear.
Yeah, thank you. Instead of what I need to hear, because at
Hmm.
least that's a pain worth growing from instead of you're doing well. I'm hooked on cocaine. How the fuck am I doing well?
Right. Right. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works.
And so I practice a secular spirituality. I'm
Okay.
ethical and moral without religion. That's it. I just
Yeah.
choose to love and good personhood and do no harm. That's
Yeah.
my religion. I
Yeah.
am I'm not the private life police, thankfully. As long as you're not a dick, I don't care.
Right, exactly. And I feel like that's what's the root of a lot of problems. People just not minding their business and just looking to judge somebody else because they want to be justified of what they're doing, or misery loves company and they just want to make other people feel bad because they feel bad. Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand how people could just really defend something that could just be so hurtful. Like, I think about the LGBT community that have killed themselves all in the name of, oh well, you're gay, so you can't stay here anymore. We got to kick you out because the neighborhood wouldn't approve, the church wouldn't approve, or you're pregnant and unmarried, so I got to send you away and possibly ruin this family relationship. Like, I just don't understand how that's
That's
the
all.
choice to be
That
made.
is that is all extremely shitty and fucked up.
It's messed up. Yes.
Like,
People have killed themselves all because of religion and the rejection.
and suicide is going up right now. The rates. I did my research. I'm horrified. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's sad.
if we would enforce like it's okay to get mental health treatment instead of black folks don't do therapy. I've done therapy and I'm black. You
Mhm.
can't shame me.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to talk about this stuff. And I feel like that's what the shift is moving into. I feel like society is becoming more comfortable with talking about, mental wellness and the need for mental health support, the need to talk about your stuff, the need to share what's on your heart, because stress is a major killer. It's a silent killer. People just not processing and sharing what they're going through so that
Right.
they can heal. You can't heal in the same place or state you got sick in. You
Right.
know.
And I want to say on record, I think gender, sexual diversity, LGBTQI plus community, I think it's natural,
Mm-hmm.
normal, healthy, harmless. Even if it were choices, it would be harmless again. Because I hate conversion therapy. It's
Yeah.
a lie. And when people say they're ex-gay, that's a lie. You're just not acting on that attraction. That's
Yes.
all.
And like what they say, rules are made to be broken. Like, if you tell somebody not to do something, it's like human nature for them to absolutely do it, all because they're told not to do it. The whole restriction thing.
Like the forbidden fruit, we get that from Genesis. Don't eat the
Mm-hmm.
fruit. Ah man, this fruit good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, going back to the conversion therapy, if you're listening in, you guys, conversion therapy, elaborate more on that. So that's.
It's a bullshit plot. Yes, I don't keep it
I
clean.
agree.
I do not.
I
It's a
agree.
it's a bullshit fake me out organization. I dropped the quotes on it again. It's about trying to have you lie to yourself and say, "I see, I'm transgender. I'm cisgender." No, you're transgender.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. I'm not gay. I'm straight. No, yeah, you're just not intimate with men. That's all,
Right.
or with women.
Right.
It,
It's literally like just it's like a gaslighting.
yes.
Say you're not gay
Yeah.
anymore. Say you're not gay anymore. So you guys, this is when like parents would send their kids to like Christian camps to make
Oh
them not
God.
gay anymore, where that's probably the main place where all that stuff is happening, or even
Right.
pedophilia, right?
I'm like, how? I mean, they don't have pedophilia conversion therapy, which I have it for gay people. What the fuck?
That look, put it there. Like, it's just, and like you said, it's literally forcing people to lie to themselves instead of exploring and understanding, okay, why do you feel this way? Why do you have these feelings? When do you have these feelings? What is it triggered by? What is it stimulated by? Like, learn
Yes,
about it.
yes.
Show some
Whatever.
respect and try to understand it instead of just saying it's wrong. Society doesn't agree, so it's wrong.
I hate black and white thinking. That means no empathy. I can't. I'm a gray area
Wow.
person. Gray areas means empathy.
I've never heard that, and I like that. Black and white, there leaves no room for empathy. Black and white
Right.
thinking.
Because black and white thinking is why abusers abuse.
Mm.
That's
Ooh.
why 400 years, the Atlantic slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you're kind of human, but I'm still going to torture you. Black and white thinking is why voting rights have been stripped. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of, wait, okay, you're obviously another color than me, but that's not the first thing we think of when it comes to it. We think of, oh, you have two legs, you have two arms, you're a person like me.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's it. Making it more complicated than it has to be.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not just a black and white answer. Sometimes there's like factors that play a role in decisions that are made and stuff like that. Leave some wiggle room. And wow, I've never heard that. Leave some room for empathy. Yeah,
You're welcome.
gems. Give me all the gems.
Thank you. And plus, what I like, and plus, I've learned that, I embrace mystery and uncertainty. I don't want to know everyone and everything. And I'm okay with that because I
Mm.
would be scarred for life if I was like I have all this all knowing and ever present. Like, no thanks. I don't want to know.
Right? Do we really want to know everything about everybody?
Hell no.
Do we really like? Because some people are just so anxious about the future because they want to know what's going to happen. They just want to know, want to know. Like, would that stress you out more? Like sometimes we need to be okay with the unknown, be okay with, like you said, the mystery of life.
Right. If you knew everything, you would really be scarred because you would know your parents' sex life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, I was gross on purpose so you would not be attracted to knowing everything.
Yeah, because like you may become overwhelmed because sometimes your reactions is based on what you know. Your reactions is based on what you don't know. So sometimes like I was watching this Instagram video last night and it was just this guy he shook two Coke bottles. And then he immediately took the top off of one and he left the other one on. And basically his whole point was like, when you're angry, sit within yourself, process your stuff. Because if you just open up your mouth, you may say some stuff you can't take back. But if you just sit in it and just have that moment of solitude and process the stuff,
Yes.
and people, they just want to know. They don't want to process. They don't want to think it through. They don't want to make sense of it. They just want to know and react rather than understand.
Right, and that's why this warped view of forgiveness. Speaking of processing, like if I forgive you, I'm going to use that to feed my comfort addiction to have you in my life. So I make it
Mm,
look like I'm loving my enemy. No, you're not. You won't give them tough love. You won't
mm-hmm,
give them ultimatums. You won't
mm-hmm.
even set boundaries on them. You get mad at those who do. Hey, we're all imperfect. Why are you using our character quirks or flaws against us to perpetuate evil in the name of forgiveness and
I
love your
can't.
enemy, turn the other cheek. You
I
gotta
can't.
have them in your life. What the hell?
It's like I don't understand why people don't remember or understand. Like they literally use the Bible to promote slavery, to justify slavery. So the whole turn the other cheek is probably when Massa was whipping a slave. It was like turn the other cheek, forgive me, or what I'm saying, or I'm about to rape your wife and you're gonna watch it. Forgive me, forgive me. Like no, that's wrong. That is evil. That is no. Like some stuff just no. No. And like I was listening to this audiobook the other day and they was just saying how toxic it is to promote that love your enemies, love your enemies. Like, no, like don't even have them in your energy field. What do you mean? Like send them
What?
away in love.
Thanks. How come we can't do good from a distance? And I have okay. Here's another sexy that just
Get
pisses me
into
the
it.
fuck off.
Get into it.
This whole sense of, well, only those who forgive should have grace, and if you don't forgive, we won't give you grace.
No.
So you're saying I shouldn't be selected with grace, but you are?
Right.
That makes no sense.
So a rape victim should just absolutely forgive her abuser. Just absolutely like.
I don't think forgiveness is a requirement. Just if you have a way of peacefully living your life and choose not to forgive, that's okay with me.
Mhm.
I just hope you have some peace, whatever works. Just go with it, and
Like you
that's
don't have to.
diverse.
Right. Like in my thinking, like you don't necessarily have to forgive them, but absolutely you have to forgive yourself. Like I'm not going to dismiss that you harmed me, but I will allow myself to have peace and not stressing about this every time, every day, or every time I'm triggered by it. I'm not going to let it consume me. So I'll forgive myself, but I'm not, you don't necessarily have to extend that forgiveness to other people, because maybe they just don't deserve that from you. They don't deserve that respect.
Thank you.
They
Wait,
showed you exactly how they felt about you.
right. And wait a minute. So you said, a rape victim forgiving themselves?
Or yeah, because like some victims may feel like, oh, I should have fought harder. Why didn't I fight harder? Oh, I should have reported them. Why didn't I report them? Or I should have told somebody. Why didn't I tell somebody? So I feel like sometimes, sexual abuse victims, they may get locked in I should have thinking, and because they stay in that mindset of, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, they don't allow themselves to live in the present moment and to have that one, as you were speaking of, and a part of them is always missing because they didn't forgive themselves to say, you know what, it's done, what happened or whatever, but move forward from this, learn from the experience and use it to heal others, perhaps.
Oh, cause I'm so, cause when you said for, I was so busy thinking about the innocence of the victim. So when you
Yeah,
said forgive yourself, I was like, but
yeah, they
what
didn't
did
did
I
nothing
do?
wrong.
Hey, I didn't do anything wrong.
Right, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Oh, okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Clarity, clarity.
No, it's just like the after, after something has happened. Like, don't stay in that I should have, like what happened, but heal from it, like for example, I was training a client this morning, and she was telling me how she had, this big meal over Easter or whatever, and she just felt so bad about it. And it's like, well, you ate what you ate, you enjoyed it at the time, right? It was good. You had, you shared time with your family, you ate food that you liked or whatever, but now we're gonna work, we're gonna move forward from that. Sending that energy and that feeling of, what, when I go off my meal plan, or when I eat things I shouldn't be eating, this is the feeling it gives me, this guilty feeling. So if I don't want to feel this again, let me forgive myself now for eating what I know I should have been eating,
Right.
and just learn from it and do better next time, but constantly bringing it up, say, oh my God, I ate so bad over the weekend. What is that doing?
Yeah, cause I think like, cause I'm a victim of sexual abuse, and I was, my life is threatened. So
Okay.
I used to feel that sense of I should have, but I said, you should have. What could you have done? You were a kid. You didn't know. You were badly trained to do this, and I had to reclaim. Well, I had to. Well, my innocence was always intact. I just had to see it with my soul. I was like, okay, there's nothing I could have done better. And that point has really healed me. Sometimes in life there's nothing you could do better. They will still shit on you. They'll still
Yeah.
fuck you over. And I said, okay, there's nothing I could have done better.
Yeah.
I will just stay away from them, have no contact with them. And
Yeah.
some people don't even apply that with like this whole forgiveness thing. To me, it's, if you ask me, do you forgive like the women who molested me? Question mark. It's a complex question mark. It's not
Wow.
yin or yang. Because the more abusers, the more complexity forgiveness is. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
question mark.
It is yeah. May I ask how old you were?
5. Yeah. It was a group of them at times harming me that way, and then just one of them.
And it was women? I'm so sorry to hear that, Antonio.
Thanks. That's why I've done therapy, counseling, I've done life skills groups,
Mm-hmm.
and they even told me we're doing this to you because you're out, you special needs. So wow, I still get amazed that I share this publicly, but yeah.
I appreciate you sharing it with me. Um, may I ask, like, when the first time you spoke about it, or when, like, that journey of revealing it and coming to terms with it? Like, was it something you blocked out and it came to you, or it was always something lingering and you knew it was wrong, you knew it was bad?
It was lingering until I knew it was wrong, and it's normal to suppress.
Yeah.
It just came out in early February 2014 when I was talking with a therapist, and the therapist asked me, "Were you raped?" And that's when this hypervigilance feeling, the rape trauma syndrome, and the flashbacks just came in, and I just said
Wow.
yes without thinking. I was like, I can't. I just actually said this. So yeah, I was even a psychiatric institution for a weekend because the pain got too much.
Yeah.
And luckily, they didn't prescribe me with any psychiatric medicine, which I was shocked. Like, but I'm in here. How do I not take it? I'm here. They're like, no, no,
Right.
I used to laugh and joke the pain away.
Mm-hmm.
And plus you had this positive spirit. That's what balanced optimism means.
Mm-hmm.
It means you're positive no matter what. And so
Yeah.
they said, yeah, that's why I don't need meds. You just need more counseling. So I got it, and um, been fully at peace ever since. Even though I won't fully physically heal in
Yeah.
this life, and that's yeah.
I love that. Like that self-healing, and you transmuted the energy. You gave it a different power, a different meaning.
Right. And plus, to really explain, because some people think if you're autistic, then somehow you're asexual. Asexuality is great. It is great. But the majority of people are highly sexual people.
Okay.
And I learned this from healthysex.com. Yes, we're going to do the X rated. We should all be
Let's go.
adults by now.
Let's go.
Can,
Let's go.
Thank you. Consent, equality, respect, trust, and safety.
Mm.
The sex
Bars.
model, yes.
Bars.
Thank you.
Make
And
consent sexy. Make consent sexy. Apparently that's like a whole movement where they're trying to make consent sexy. It's like really like just respect people. Is it really that hard? Just
well,
talk.
if you're a shitbag, it feels impossible.
You know? Like just I do want to go back to, I guess you would say it's a myth or a stereotype that autistic people are considered or assumed to be asexual. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, like if they think that you're disabled, there's no way you can perform.
Okay, true, yeah.
But I know people who have children and they're in wheelchairs.
Hmm.
But they had children. They figured
Hmm.
it out like everybody else figured
Right.
it out.
Right.
Ancient people, they figured it out.
Hmm. Sex is natural, okay,
Right. And
in all
by
species.
thank you. And by the way, I am not a virgin.
Hey, cheers to that. Do you want to
Woo!
share?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
I I have their permission, so I'm not violating anybody's privacy. I live a ethical, non-monogamous existence, so I've had,
Hmm.
I have my fun. It,
Let's go.
I wrap up,
Hmm.
and we did the testing, and it's just lovely.
Let's go, Antonio. What at what age, if you don't mind me asking, did you lose your virginity?
Somewhere in my teens, I think. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Either preteen, teens.
Look at you. You supposed to
Yeah.
be doing homework, and here you go, running
Hey,
the streets.
hey, they knew people that could rap that gave me like condoms. So I think somewhere between
Mm-hmm.
that time frame, I don't know the exact age, somewhere between I like preteen, one of them. But yeah.
Yeah. So, you were saying non-monogamous. And I was looking at. I listened to a couple of your podcasts too. One of my favorite episodes was the bad therapist one. I like that one. That was
Let's
a
do
cool one.
this. Go
Mhm.
ahead. What did you learn?
I like that you was, just telling people like what to look out for in regards to, they shouldn't be dumping on you. They shouldn't make you feel rushed, and they shouldn't try to, what I'm saying, like just fix you in a sense, but help you understand yourself more. So I think that's very cool that you was just, let
Because
people know that.
I've had some bad therapists that said, this is a problem. I need to speak this out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, the person I lost my virginity to, we were the same age. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what's your size? And I told them, and they helped give me like condoms. So we were safe.
Hey, be safe. And you said you traveled the world, been to different countries and stuff.
Yeah.
Share, please. Where have you gone? Where's like the most exciting place you've gone, and what for what purpose?
The Sistine Chapel.
The Sistine Chapel. Is that Rome?
Yep.
Ah,
And
good. I was paying
I
attention.
saw the Pope speak in Italian.
Let's
So he
go.
was there.
Do you know
Pope
Italian?
I knew enough to be okay, but I haven't spoken it in 8 years.
I was gonna ask you to spit something else for us, Antonio. I don't know. I think the only
if I
Italian I know is Arrivederci. I think that's Italian. I think.
if I would have known, I would have done some serious Italian study to know enough to just. Oh, I should have emailed me that I could have.
Oh my gosh, it's fine, Antonio. It's fine. I just think that's very cool that you went to the Sistine Chapel and saw the heard the Pope speak in Italian.
Yeah, and I was at Buckingham Palace, saw the Queen's Chariot pass.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What do you have another memorable spot that you traveled to?
Um, I did go to Croatia where there was this market and we were walking around
Mm-hmm.
and I was able, I mean, Italian women found me attractive.
Come on.
They
What's
kept they kept winking at me and licking their lips and almost falling over themselves and their friends. And they would point at me like, hey, ooh,
mm-hmm.
look at him, look at, and they were touchy feely on me like, ooh, I like your hair, I like your
Mm-hmm.
texture.
Mm-hmm. What,
Like,
what you what you did?
I treated them, so treated me. We were physical.
Let's
Hey,
go. Hey, you touch me, I'm touching your back.
yes, love fest. Woo!
Ooh, cheers to that, Antonio. You getting randy on 10 in the morning.
Yes, I'm profane. I am. I'm
You're
low.
what?
I am profane.
Propane?
Profane.
Profane. I love it. I'm
Thank you.
profane myself.
Yay!
Must be a
I
Virgo
got
thing.
woo!
Do you know your moon and rising sign by chance?
Oh God, no! I don't know
No.
that far.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you're my first Virgo guy. Do you believe you're a true Virgo?
Yes,
How so?
analytical, very intense in a well-meaning way.
Mm-hmm.
We can be reserved, so and we're just very much into we struggle. Well, I don't struggle with perfectionism anymore, but I used to.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about the Virgo life.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, you're my first Virgo guy. So that's very exciting, Virgo friend.
My other Virgo friend and birthday twin. Let's not forget.
Most importantly, birthday twin.
Yes.
Okay, the highest honor. So, and Antonio, I don't know if you noticed, but I did light it up blue today.
And the blue, he looks royal on you, you
Thank you.
queen.
That's what I was aiming for. And I do want to dedicate this podcast episode to my cousin, baby Jordan. I love you. Dedicating it to you, baby.
Nice,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yes.
And I gotta say this and I'll tell my autism story.
Okay.
Let's
Yes,
see.
please.
Okay, we're gonna get raunchy again. I can't help it.
It's fine. This is the space for all of that.
Yay!
Yes.
I am highly sexual. I'm highly sensual.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I consume adult entertainment at times.
Okay.
I self pleasure. It's healthy. Research says so. The experts say do it. I do what they say.
Very
and,
good.
And I've kissed on the mouth before. Oh, tongue kissing is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's stellar.
Mm-hmm. It's on the top.
Yeah.
Connection.
And I am energetic. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sexual, sensual, kinky, and I'm a shapeshifter. That means the rest of the four.
Shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
You mind elaborating a little more on that? Your sexual shapeshifter, you? The blank, we just like uncovered so much here. Let's unpack it, Antonio.
It's like it's when you have your porn star tendencies, but you also have your romantic intimate tendencies, but
Mm-hmm.
you have the speed, the tempo, the neck play, the mouth play, all the other play down just fine. You're sexually versatile. You can do all the whole 9 yards of sex just fine.
Yeah, I definitely say you're a Virgo because Virgos are, in a sense, people pleasers and we want to do it right. So, whatever you want, we're going to do it
Yes, and we're gonna go above and beyond in our
above and beyond.
eroticism.
We're going to go above and beyond because we want to do what you told us to do, which is right, because we don't want to be wrong. And we want to be the best. So, we're going to give great effort.
Right, right.
And we want the feedback to get better.
Well, yes, I can't have sex completely quiet. It makes me nervous. I
Oh my
need
God.
some
Scary.
vocalization.
It's scary. Wouldn't it be scary somebody just looking at you, not saying anything?
You're like, can you just moan just a few times so I can know that I am being non-penetrative sexually properly and penetrative sexually properly? Can I have some cooperation?
Cooperation. It's a dance, don't you know? It's a dance.
Yes, sex is art and dancing is a form of art. You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard bouncing up and down like you're in a club. So yeah.
Antonio said, bounce that ass, y'all. Bounce that ass.
Woo! Thank you.
Do you dance?
Yes, in fact, I do dance. I twerk.
You twerk.
Some guys twerk. I'm one of them. I
Fuck
have
it up,
no
Antonio.
shame.
You be putting your feet on the wall, doing the upside down. Is that your
that
twerking?
that and I bump and grind on people, consensually speaking.
You know what? I tend to pelvic thrust a lot of people. I don't do it as much now because I realize how annoying it is. But sometimes I used to be really bad of just humping. Like I knew it was like okay, it would be people I know, of course, my friends. But like if we're like in a party setting, I'll be that person like come pelvic thrust real quick. Not I mean no harm, but I just have this need to like get the energy out. So I feel you with the twerking and gyrating. It's sacral chakra energy, really. It's
I,
harmless.
yes, thank you for using the word chakra because that is a term meaning like I think of alchemy. I just learned I'm an alchemist, turning thoughts into reality.
Dead
Like
ass.
yeah. So yeah, like we said, chakra. That's like energy. I'm into aura too.
Do you see auras, read auras?
I've read a little bit to do some episodes. It's basically the aura from your state of mind. Consciousness is my thing. I'm big
Mm-hmm.
into it.
That's your jam.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence and whatnot.
Yes. You're making me laugh. Thank you for being extraordinary with me and not being normal. I appreciate it. It
Oh,
helps.
oh, Antonio. Of course. Like this is easy. You're easy to talk to.
Well, I take that as a compliment. It means I'm not an asshole. So thank you.
No, this is easy. You're easy to talk to. But I appreciate you sharing that with me. Would you mind like giving an example of what you mean? Like not being like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you mean by that?
Now, this is the perfect part of the autism story. But before
Yes.
I answer that, yes, we're erotic people and we are the most sensitive, compassionate lovers.
Yeah.
And if you're going to fuck, make sure they have integrity.
Okay. Fuck with integrity, y'all. Word of the word of the day of the day. Fuck
Right,
with integrity.
right. And, we're central than more sensual than the average person because our senses are heightened because of our brain.
Mm-hmm.
So we're the best lovers. And
Come
now,
only tuned.
now I'm gonna answer your question. Let's see. I was diagnosed at the age of 2 with pervasive developmental disorder. We
Okay.
had these experts who say, he's not speaking. Why aren't you speaking?
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I'm thinking, my parents say don't talk to strangers. You're guilting me for being a obedient toddler.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you persecuting me? And then at 4, well, he's still not talking. It's just unacceptable. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, but who died and made you the timetable authority?
Mm-hmm.
And I just started talking after they said that because it was my time and not theirs.
Wow.
Right, because some people think if you don't talk early, then somehow you're deficient. You're the deficient one for judging me, and I just barely was born not too long ago.
Okay. Mind your business, first of all,
Right.
Chatty Cathy.
And so at 4, DC public schools kept saying, well, we can educate him. Under the ADA, American Disabilities Act, we can educate him. We have inclusive programs for him in our schools. He should be in our schools. They didn't want to pay. They still don't want to pay. They keep
Mm-hmm.
fighting court tuition payments. It's sad. But my parents and the actual experts who actually believed me sued on my behalf. We won. They had to pay my private special education till I graduated high school. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm going to tout my accomplishments. Sixth grade cashier selling root beer floats.
Uh-huh.
Curs- Cursive crown. That means I can read and write in cursive just fine. I saw a
Mm-hmm.
classmate get it and said, I'm going to get that. Got it on my first try.
Mm-hmm.
Seventh grade secretary, eighth grade president. I did say I was valedictorian and done 2 graduation speeches. Valedictorian twice, actually. Yeah, middle and high school.
Run it up.
Right, 4.0, 11th grade, star of my prom. Yeah, I was the most member at my prom. People were amazed that I could dance so crazily and freaky.
Uh-huh. Look now. Gyrating on the dance floor, Antonio.
Yes.
You said, look, I'm dancing like everybody's watching. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I
I'm a
was
good.
prom queen as well. Hmm.
Oh my God, the similarities just keep never ending.
And I was student body president.
Oh my God. You
We're
know
so
what?
in sync.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. And then, let's see, human services, my major. I minored in psychology.
Okay.
I was appointed by Muriel Bowser in DC to the State Rehabilitation Council. It's when you help Rehabilitation Service Administration out with disability inclusion, disability belonging, disability rights. So yeah, I mean, 50 words I could type per minute in middle school. I could read a
Mm-hmm.
12th grade reading level in the 7th grade.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a child prodigy. I am.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying in regards to autism, it's about the brain and being highly sensitive. Like, would you mind elaborate more on the science behind autism?
Oh, it's like noises are more important to us. So when you sent me the email about make sure you have little noise, I was like, great. Because because we're sensitive to how sounds penetrate our psyches. We
Okay.
don't we like sounds, it's just not ones that are too loud or just too booming. Like we
Yeah.
like sounds that are just instead of you drive if somebody's driving a car and they play it so loud like I can't take this. Turn that shit off or turn that shit down.
Yeah. Okay. So sound. So very So highly auditory sensitive. Is that a
Yes,
proper
yes.
term?
We're sensitive to sensory processing. Senses could be sounds, it could be vibrations, it could be movements
Yeah.
that come off very unfriendly and it gets to our head.
Mm-hmm.
Those are it's called trauma triggers. I just learned that concept. Like a
Yeah.
trauma trigger. Let's say you're sensitive to the N word. Just
Okay.
give an example. And I said it, and you got really, really just like that, like
Yeah.
fight or flight. That's a trauma trigger. Cause
Okay.
it's the way your body responded. I was like, oh, but a good trigger, let's say, oh, I like your yeah, the blue. That like what I said, it was royal. You're like, thank you. That was a good trigger. You were
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Positive response. Um,
right.
how how could society best support the autistic community?
Oh, um, treat us like everybody else, and don't let our label make you think we're a death sentence because we're not.
Yeah. I love that. Just be normal. Would you mind elaborate more on like treating y'all normal? Like what are some instances where you felt like people were treating you like you got autism, if that makes any sense?
Uh,
Or
cracking
treating you like you're disabled, or you know what I'm saying? Like making you feel that energy.
cracking jokes at our expense. People giggling because they saw my classmates crawl to class.
Mm-hmm.
Um, teasing us. I was called every word that you could call a person you think is disabled. I'd rather not say them because they'll traumatically trigger me in the audience.
Yeah.
Um, what was it? Also, people talking slower than normal.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people speaking loudly, they didn't think I could hear them. So that
Okay.
happened.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, y'all will respond to what you need. Like, just be normal. And if you need someone to speak louder or softer, you'll say that, but don't just assume. Don't be assuming, I would say.
Right.
Don't be assuming. And give
Yeah.
y'all the opportunity to share, give y'all the opportunity to experience so that, you know what I'm saying? Like, give an opportunity.
Right. Right. And also just, because and this is tough, but I think I applied for jobs and I may have been rejected because my autism, because they don't want to pay for accommodations.
Yeah.
If you're labeled disabled, they don't like paying extra to accommodate you. So I think that happened to me, and it's worse
Mm-hmm.
because they won't tell you why that
Yeah.
happened. I just knew that I think it did happen.
That sucks. What would be some specific accommodations for the autism community?
This is where learning styles come into play.
Okay.
So visual, okay, two plus two, four on the chalkboard. Got
Yeah.
it. Kinesthetic, two water bottles in the left hand and then two on the right hand, right?
Right.
Oh, this is four. I can feel it and touch it. It's four.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kinesthetic. Like, you know how I'm talking, you're able to process and get what I'm saying? That's
Right.
auditory. Just knowing people's learning styles can help. Like, I'm visual, so I need written instructions down.
Yeah. I love, yeah, like growing up, I was really good about writing everything down. And as I've gotten older, I got away from it. But I've just recently, like in the past year, coming back to that, like, I just got to write it down. Like that just works for me. That's my learning style. It's all about learning yourself.
Wait, we're both visual learners?
Well, I need to, I'm more kinesthetic. But I'm actually becoming more auditory because like now I'm like really tapping into audiobooks. I enjoy conversation more. So I feel like as I get older, my learning style is shifting to more auditory.
We have to take another
We have to.
because I'm experiencing that myself. So thank you.
Cheers, friend.
Right.
Well, yeah, no,
Oh,
that's all.
right. And I don't want to be cured. If there was a vaccine to cure me, my response is fuck you, go to hell, kiss my ass, god damn it. My
Hell yes,
autism is a,
Antonio.
my autism is a gift.
Yes. I love that. I love that perspective. I did want to ask though, like growing up, or do you have any recommendations in regards to the best um learning ways, like the best stimulators for children, for parents that have children with autism? Do you have any advice on the best ways to help the child learn and to like any feedback there?
Before I get there, I want to admit that there's nothing to care about me. I'm a divine miracle being displayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm for neurodiversity. It's simple. If we have different ice cream flavors, we
Uh-huh.
have different personalities, then different brains should be the automatic intellect to just factor in. It
Hmm.
means you see brain variations as gorgeous instead of needing curability. Okay, now I'm gonna get to your question about the parents. You
Yeah,
said
like is it good for children with autism to watch TV? Like is that good, or is it more hands-on type of things they should be doing? Or is iPad good or bad? Just any viewpoints on the best learning styles or learning way methods.
yes. So us, we're all diverse, even autism community. Some are more auditory, kinesthetic, visual, and
Right.
some experience will experience their styles learning processing just changes.
True.
Just get to know your child for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
not because of what Big Mama said, not because of what Auntie said. Know them for yourself and get them the and get make sure they have the right assistance if you can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also make sure if you choose to discipline, it's a way of knowing that I'm loved instead of you just taking your anger out on me because we're super sensitized to that too. So
Yeah.
you have to be your child's best advocate and
Mm.
protect your children.
Protect your children. Listen to your children. Choose your children.
Thank you, because I wasn't chosen. I wasn't protected. I wasn't listened to. And it's weird. Like, I don't understand older black people with this.
Hmm.
So you're better at whooping me than protecting me?
How does that work?
I I
It's
don't get it.
conditioning, just passed down from generation to generation. So I think luckily now we're getting into a society where we understand generational curses and understanding that you got to talk about stuff.
Right. And I never and then this other thing, this adult supremacy in our community, I think it's from slavery.
Absolutely, from slavery. Absolutely. Beat the hell out of you, beat the devil out of you, beat the spirit out of you, all that.
And that's why I recently I had an experience that proved how anti-corporal punishment I am. So this was when I was religious. Well, I wouldn't say I was religious. I was just raised in it, but I was
Yeah.
always a
It's a
skeptic.
difference.
Right, I was always a skeptic inside. I just now feel fully comfortable. I was doing missionary work, and this kid would stop acting up and accidentally grabbed the kid reflex. And then I said, "Oh my God, this happened to me when I was this kid's age. I got it. Oh, this is horrible." The look on the kid's face, and I never laid hands on a kid again. I even
Yeah.
apologized to the kid like crazy, and they accepted my apology. I was just so horrified. But what happened? Like, I don't
Yeah.
do this. So
Right.
I, yeah,
Wow. So you was raised in the evangelical church. So there, would you elaborate more on like their stereotype?
like their beliefs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jesus is the only way. Virgin birth is real. All the supernatural stuff is take it all literal.
Yeah.
Bible is perfect and nothing wrong with it. And if you're um, having parental sex, you're going to hell. If you're gay, going to hell. If you get an abortion, you're going to hell. If
Mm-hmm.
you if you get drunk, you're going to hell. If you don't, you gotta repent, gotta repent, gotta repent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go longer, but I'm too annoyed to keep
No,
going.
no, I feel you. It's so basically a lot of guilt and shame
Yes,
and the
and
need to be perfect.
yes, think about how psychosis this is. Sherelle, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
You were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. You were born bad, and you need to apologize for the nature you're born with. If not, your ass is gonna be literally fired up for all
But
eternity.
I don't understand that whole born in sin thing. Like, are you trying to hurt my feelings? Like, I don't get it.
I think so. And by the way, I disagree with evangelicals on everything. Everything
Yeah.
they believe in, say, I go, no. So it's just sick. So why would God frustrate itself if it doesn't have to?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. That I think, why would I make evil humans? Can you explain this to me?
I don't I don't get it. And I feel like there's a lot of people that just like to blame stuff with, the Christianity, religion, whatever. Just blame it on something. Like I heard this. I forgot where I heard it from, but like, how Christians speak so much on the devil, this, the devil, that. Like,
Oh
who
God,
believes in the devil the most? Christians, because they're always speaking his name.
right. Satan is the god of this world, but I thought you said Jehovah Jireh, Nisi reigning victory. Which one? Who's God? And I'm like, oh, because you think you are the devil because of how you think you were born. Oh, no wonder you are addicted to Lucifer.
I feel like it's just this constant moving goalpost of like chasing perfection, but it's never going to come because you're born in sin. So everything you
Huh?
do is wrong. And, I just don't, I feel like it's just this constant moving goalpost of like, because you want to be perfect so you don't go to hell, right? But you're born in sin. So,
And you worship God so you won't go to hell, but you don't really believe in worshiping God. In fact, you secretly hate him because he makes you do stuff you're uncomfortable with.
mhm.
Oh, if somebody doesn't like me, that means that I'm being taken advantage of for my faith. Oh my God, this false martyrdom syndrome. I can't take it.
Mhm. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You mentioned about how the church fails to protect trauma victims. Would you mind
Yes.
elaborating a little more on that?
Oh, you listen to it on the podcast.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh my God, this whole fear of secular organizations like Rain, they don't partner up with the rape, abuse, incest. I'm sorry. It's
Oh, you
Rain. RAINN. It's the largest anti-rape organization in the world.
fine.
They
Okay.
won't they won't partner up with them. It's like, but most of your, I mean, your
Right.
a lot
There's
of your,
so much molestation that happens in the church.
yes. And there was a scary statistic, like and I don't mean to be like heteronormative, but they had a men and women thing where one out of every five congregant has survived abuse.
Wow.
So like 100 men and women, that would be about 20% of them, I think, something like that, have. So a lot of this people in the pews are survivors, but you don't preach about them because they fear foreclosure.
Mhm.
If I talk about this, but these milk Christians, I don't like that they're milk, but in a sense I do because they keep my love offerings going, they keep my other offerings going, they keep the church
Mhm.
open. But if we explore abuse, then there could be sympathizers of abuses in the congregation, and they may leave, and that's less money for us and our
Yep.
reputation. Where what if you have predators in the pews that they
Mhm.
don't want to? I don't, and anything that requires them to wrestle with doubt and fear and pain. No, I like my all or nothing thinking, and that's it.
Mhm.
Okay, but your Jesus, according to your Bible, was a survivor of trauma. How do you think you were making him feel?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Just love people and do good, y'all. It's
Thank
really
you.
that simple.
Thank you.
Mind your business. If you don't agree with it, then don't bother with it. Don't mind with it. If something is going on within you, deal with it instead of making other people feel bad and shaming other people all because you don't want to deal with your stuff. So people just need to go within and process and stop making other people feel like. I just don't agree. Like, there's some great stuff in the Bible, whatever, but I just don't agree with the whole energy of making people feel like you're damned to go to hell if you don't be perfect, if you don't follow all these rules. I just no, because people have killed themselves, people have run away, people have gotten abortions when they didn't want to, all in the name of approval and acceptance. That's why I promote self-love and forgiveness so much, self-forgiveness and self-love, because it all starts with us. People mistreat us and disrespect us because we allow them to. And sometimes we become addicted to the abuse. We become addicted to the mental enslavement because we hold more power and authority to what someone else thinks about us rather than what we think about ourselves.
Mm. What do we? I mean, what do we disagree on? I keep agreeing with you. It's a good
It's a
habit.
flow. It's just a
Right,
flow, Antonio.
right. And I'm glad that I kept reaching out to you because we
Yeah.
talked. It was 2 months ago. I was like,
Mhm.
I want to talk to you because you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd be a good guest on Audrey.
Yes, yes. And you know what? I was thinking about that too, because I don't spend as much time on Audrey as I did when I first signed on or whatever. But I need to, like, this reminded me, I need to go right back to it because I've been trying to find people on Instagram and Facebook, other podcasters I can, collaborate with. And I found you through Audrey. So I'm like, okay, Audrey is the place I need to go.
Yes. Now I'm into clarity again. Friends, colleagues. What is your honest take on you and myself? Friends or colleagues?
I would say colleagues because it is our first time, chatting it up with each other. But
Okay.
but yeah, but definitely keep in touch though. And I'll be happy to be on your podcast if you allow me.
I will. I will. Yeah, that's my goal.
Mm-hmm. For sure. No, I would love that. Where are you located, by the way?
Washington D.C.
Washington, D.C. You like it up there?
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Is that where you were raised too?
Yeah. Artsy environment. It's just the downtown is pretty booming.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I've
So
never
I
been
really
to
like it.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been, but I would like to go. I would like to go. Antonio, I know we have to get off here soon, but I do want you to tell us about your podcast and plug anything you want us to know about you before we let you go about your day.
Let's see. Antonio Myers is me on Facebook as well as me on Twitter. That's my name. Just look for my face.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, highly praiseworthy Grace Mayer is where I am. That's the meaning of my name. So the middle name is Ray. Highly praiseworthy Grace Mayer. My podcast, Nothing's Off Limits. I talk about all kinds of hard shit and lighthearted shit too.
Yeah.
So Tonio Tom Bailey, find me on Anchor. So
Encore. Find you guys. Tonio Time Daily is where you can find this Virgo King. Okay.
thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time, Antonio. What are you looking forward to today?
well, I'm just I'm just keep being my awesome self, you know. And
As
with
you should.
thank you. And
Blessed and highly favored.
that's what I keep saying to myself. Like in our conversation, did you feel triggered? Did you feel safe?
I
Did you
feel safe.
okay, because
Yeah.
it's a new skill I taught myself. Every interaction, I always ask the person how they're feeling.
Aw. That's sweet. Yes. No, it's 11:11, Antonio. Let's do our final toast at 11:11. Our
Um,
angel number.
okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
11111. I declare that all things are working out for our highest good.
and I'm in solidarity with this actual positive affirmation. It's
Absolutely.
we're gonna live as if it's already happening.
It's already happening. It's done. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever for my highest good, it's already done. Therefore, I will not worry. I will walk in and act in faith. And that's that on that.
Right. Right. I really enjoyed our episode.
Same Z's. I may release it today. So
Oh,
yeah, I may release it today. So I'll send you the link. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and everything. So if you're listening in the car or wherever, go to YouTube and watch it, okay? Because it's a great time, okay? And we're lighting it up blue. Cheers again, lighting it up blue. Shout out to the autism community. Again, shout out to baby Jordan. I love you so, so much. Shout out to Ridge and Nicole. Amazing parents. Love y'all so much. But yes, you guys, hopefully you found this episode entertaining and educational. Probably should have do like a little trigger warning or something at the beginning to be respectful. I think that's the thing, right? Um, for any trauma victims. But yes, you guys, please make sure you do what Antonio and I was talking about in regards to just being more supportive of the autistic community. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. Just be normal. Just be you. Be love. Do right. Okay. Don't allow yourself to get caught up um in going against yourself, right? Listen to your intuition, listen to your heart, be led by the heart, and just do right. You don't need a book or something to have you on that. Okay, so if you're in the space of should I be in religion, should I explore spirituality, hopefully this episode gave you some clarity on what would be best for you. Okay, because not everything is for everybody, and that's okay. But yes, educate yourself on autism, be supportive of the autistic community. And again, Antonio, thank you so much for your love, vulnerability, and time. You were very entertaining.
Thank you. And likewise, I'm just speechless at what we're able to do today.
Right? It just flew by. Hour flew by.
It did.
Mm-hmm. All righty, Antonio. I will let you go. Like I said, I'll follow up with the links and things. But thank you guys. Oh, you plugged yourself where people could follow you, right? On Instagram and all that good old stuff.
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys, make sure you stay hydrated, get your rest, manage your stress, move your body, get moving. We're in Aries season. There's a new moon in Aries this weekend. Okay, so do the things. I'm gonna have an episode soon talking about the new moon in Aries so you can get prepared for that. But I will see y'all next time. So much love to you. If you want to send me an email, send it to CheChe at myvirgofriend.com. Follow me on Instagram at CheCheBabe, CheCheBabe, as well as the My Virgo Friend podcast. Follow me there as well. Send me some letters, send me some questions, send me some feedback, okay? Love y'all so much. Again, thank you, Antonio.
Thank you. And let me know when you want to come on my show.
I sure will. Whenever you're ready for me, I'm ready for you.
What day and time for you?
Um, send me an email because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I don't want to like miscommit or overcommit, but we'll follow up via email for sure because I definitely want to come show love on your podcast.
Oh, thank you. All
Of
right.
course. Yes, peace. Bye,
Peace.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.